Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. We are on the Raid Shadow Legends test server, and today we're going to be checking out the new fusion champion, Stokk the Broken. Is he broken or is he, I don't know, bad? Couldn't think of a rhyme with broken. Well, he's very, very interesting. Let's take a look. Of course, he's got the speed in all battles. Aura. He does have an AoE attack with 2 poisons. If the target's under HP burn, 3 poisons and a weaken, and it also does 2 continuous heals on all allies. So this is kind of like Bad El Khazar, but it is an attack, so he depends on affinity. And if a burn is out, then it becomes a really strong poison move. 3 poisons and a weaken. His A2 is kind of like Theodore, but it is again a physical attack. Attacks all enemies 2 times, so it's dependent on affinity, but it activates all poisons and burns on enemies and all continuous heals on allies. It can also destroy enemy max HP and fills your turn meter. And then his A1 can increase poisons and burns. What is interesting about him, if I compare him to Bad El and Theodore, there's a couple of major differences. So I compare him to Bad El. One thing is he does not have a cleanse. So resistance becomes more important if you're trying to do like some solo or duo builds. But he will activate poisons and he activates burns. Bad El can't interact with burns, so that's pretty cool. If I compare him to Theodore, there's 2 big differences that you need to know about, and I've noticed these from my testing. So number 1, Theodore cannot heal himself, whereas this guy can. So you don't need regen set for Stokk necessarily. Maybe in some teams you do, but you don't need it. Now the other thing about Theodore is Theodore, when he activates burns and poisons, he also increases the duration. And this is very important because I found that Stokk is nowhere near as good at soloing dungeons as Theodore. Because Theodore, if he's fast enough especially, he can just keep applying more and more and more poisons to enemy waves. Stokk cannot do that because Stokk is going to destroy his own poisons. Theodore extends his. That's a massive difference. Okay, well, let's take a look at how I built him, and then let's take a look at some runs. I've got tons of runs to show you just to give you some ideas, and I tried to create fairly budget teams, and I can give you some insight as well in terms of like the stats that you need, what was hard, what wasn't hard, and so on. So for Stokk, I actually threw him into a stun set because you can, right? He's attacking with every skill. In fact, he's got 2 3-turn AoEs. And because he's bringing actually a ton of healing, he does not need regen set to survive. I have him in 4-piece of stun, 2-piece immortal, 2-piece pinpoint. Honestly, you can be really flexible with your sets for Stokk. You can give him stat sets if you want. You can give him regen is also nice, but I found he doesn't really need it. But you can do all sorts of different things. Now, the bigger challenge for Stokk, and I definitely found this is a huge challenge, at 0 stars, it's really tough to get the stats that you need for Ice Golem Hard 10. That's really hard without like super ascended gear, without ascending the champion. I'd pretty much say it's not really worth it. You're just going to do it slower with the support champ, but you need crazy, crazy stats. Like for Ice Golem Hard 10, I'd probably be looking more like 80k HP, probably about 4k defense, and you might want more than that, but at least 250 speed, and you want, I think, 435 resistance, and I think 325 accuracy. You need a lot of stats for Ice Golem, and yeah, it's just a bit risky. This is what I've done with these masteries. Again, you could do lots of stuff here. You could absolutely grab Unshakable if you want more resistance. You could grab Oppressor if you want more turn meter. This if you want more accuracy. You could even grab health if you really need it. There's a lot of stuff you can do. I've given him Fearsome Presence to make him more consistent with the stun set because I thought, hey, why not? Make him a good stun champion. Let's see him in some action. So let's do, I think probably hard mode dragon is more impressive. Actually, what's the most impressive? Let's do dragon. Let's do dragon first. Let's go normal. Let's just do every dungeon normal and hard. Problem with dragon normal, sorry, no, not really a problem, but we do need to mix up the team. The team I'm going to use for almost everything is this team right here. It's very simple. Just these 3 champions. Now, this doesn't quite work on dragon, unfortunately, because Venom Mage is the wrong affinity for stage 25. You want to bring in somebody else. And this is sort of like the core of every team. These are just budget teams. So what do we have here? We've got Stokk, who's got a brilliant speed aura in all battles. Fantastic. Stokk, We've got somebody to place burn that's faster than Stokk. Here you can see him exploding. And then I want another poisoner. In this case, I'm using Ogryn because he's the right affinity and he puts out 2 poisons AoE, or like he doesn't have affinity issues. I think Venomage is a lot better, but she only works against magic and spirit and void enemies. Doesn't work against force. This wave is actually a little bit slow, but there you go. You can see we go in, we explode, and we're on to wave 2. So yeah, simple enough. Double resist on the poisons there on the side. That's sad, but you can see we're laying out all these poisons, and Stokk, he's just blowing stuff up. Again, because he's in that stun set, he's going to be fairly helpful in locking down the waves and stunning them. He actually got decreased speed. It's a little bit unlucky. What burners do you need to use? Walking Tomb Drang? No. Now, again, Ice Golem hard 10 when we get there is quite difficult, but you can use any burner. Hopefully, as you can see here, we don't need at all the tankiness of Walking Tomb Drang. You could really use anything because we're just wiping out these waves. We get to the boss, and again, it's really the same sort of thing. Yeah, just leave them on, right? Burn. Once you speed tune these 2 champions together, make sure their masteries are matching so they're getting the same amount of speed from masteries and they're going to stay roughly in tune. But that's sort of all she wrote, really. And yeah, we burn, we poison, we blow stuff up, and we're good. So yeah, super flexible at the champions. You need Stokk, really anyone with a preferably 3-turn cooldown AoE burn. And well, I guess it does need to be 3-turn. Any 3-turn cooldown AoE burn. Any other AoE poisons. In this case, it's actually a 4-turn cooldown, preferably 3-turn. But yeah, any really other poisoner just to up Stokk's damage even more. And there you go. You could add other champions in for this if you wanted to kill the boss. I don't know. You could definitely mix it up. What I was trying to do, I just was running the same team for everything, right? The same budget team for everything. That's sort of being my goal. And there we go. Boom. So about 2 minutes to do Dragon Stage 25. It's not crazy fast, but it works. None of these are going to be like blisteringly fast because we're trying to do budget versions, but they will work. Which one did I use for this? Okay, so yes, this was what I used. So for Dragon Hard Stage 10, I found this to be a little bit more tricky. I found this to be a bit more tricky, and just that you can die against the boss if you don't have enough stats. So this was where you have to make that decision. And I said the easiest thing to do is just to throw in a Mithrala, or really anyone. You could throw in Sylve the Drakes. You could throw in anything just to keep you alive, because the dragon, he does buff increased attack, and he does actually hit pretty hard, and he can stun you and stuff like that. So just to make it simple and easy, we're going to throw in a Mithrala. But again, you can, I think, put in almost anyone. Remember, we're just following that the same pattern. Stokk in the lead, an extra burn champion who's faster, another poison champion. Their speed doesn't matter too much. And yeah, and then in this case, somebody to keep us alive. Mithrala is quite nice because she puts out poisons as well. So she can cleanse and heal. Not heal, but she can cleanse and shield, and she can poison. And that's all we need. It's kind of a nuts combo, really, because Stokk loves those extra poisons. He can extend them with his A1. He can blow them up. And yeah, that's sort of really quite simple. So you can just see every time he does his A2, he's just popping this wave. You can obviously just one-shot these waves with a full poison exploder. The point here is that, again, it's the budget of it, which I think is really cool. That, like, we could have an epic. You could have Mordecai or something. Would probably work. You could have, who'd be really good? Akoth the Seared. Would be really strong here, actually, with him, especially with Venomage. They'd be magic as well. He's got a 3-turn burn. It wouldn't be 100% against bosses, but I think that's how it works. But anyway, yeah. But here we go. We're up against the Dragon Hard. And we just have the safety here of the Mithrala. You can run this without Mithrala. I did it as well, but it wasn't 100%. The point of this team, this is like 100% successful. Like, we are, like, you can see with the gear I have, we're like way overkill, but it's really chill. But yeah, you can see like Stokk, he can get smashed around a bit because we built him with high accuracy, resistance, speed. It's really hard without the... I think with a tier 3 blessing, you're good, right? Extra HP and defense. If you get him the tier 5 blessing and you get resistance accuracy, he's going to be nuts. And then you could even give him emergency heal if you wanted and give him like a blood shield ring, and you're just going to rip through. But there we go. This is just about over whenever this dragon takes a turn. So same time, right? Dragon stage 10, super easy. As you saw, it's clean, it's stress-free. So much healing from Stokk blowing up everything. Boom, just dead simple, right? Super simple. super clean. The Mithrala makes it easy as well, but you can really be flexible. There's so much you can do. Stokk really is the key for that. Let's look at Spider, which is very different. So Spider, again, unfortunately, stage 25 on normal, not going to work because it's magic and Stokk will weak hit. But he can do stage 24 really well. We're actually going to use the same team for both. Again, you could switch this up. I didn't spend too much time on stage 24 because it's not stage 25, and I was like, eh. But the rough gist is just, for this, is burns and poison explosion. Now, funny enough, for normal Spider, the poisons are a good bit stronger. But we come in, and look at this. We place a bunch of burns. We explode them. Then in this case, we've Cold Heart Nuke. I built this team more so for hard. But as you can see, the same concept works on normal. So now you can actually poison the boss on normal. So great, we're just poisoning stuff, we're burning stuff. Maybe we're actually losing a bit of speed here because we're doing a little bit too much AoE. But there we go, another burn. And I think next time Stokk takes a turn, everything dies. So let's see if we get there. Come on, Stokk, take a turn. Here he comes, he's going to blow it up. Okay, boom, and everything's dead. Everything's dead. Yeah, so that's stage 24. Cool. For hard, exact same team works. Now, for hard, it's more important that you've got the setup quite right. And this would be better as well with a newt. I think you could one-shot the boss if you had a newt. Unfortunately, we don't, so there we go. The Mithrala's the fastest. She's going to just put hex on everything. You can use any AoE hex champion, honestly. We place the burn, we explode it once, we explode it next, and then bam, we slam the boss. Now, unfortunately, because it's a cold heart, we don't kill the boss. So we got to go a little bit more. We got to go a little bit more. This is where Mithrala is actually quite helpful because she's protecting you, keeping it. You don't really need it, right? But we've got to go a little bit longer here. Again, we got to basically wait until Stokk's next day too because we didn't have enough to one-shot the boss. You can one-shot the boss. What you need to do, though, is you probably need, again, a newt, and you probably need Soul Reap on the newt, probably like tier 3 Soul Reap to make it consistent with this exact team. But the core concept of the team is pretty simple. AoE burns, double exploders. Here comes Stokk. Boom, blows him up, all dead, right? Burn the boss, 2 exploders. For hard mode, we've got the AoE hex, and then enemy max HP hit at the end to just kill all the spiderlings, which does a huge chunk of damage to the boss because the hex kills them. Huge chunk to the boss and stops them healing and consuming them. Yeah, again, you throw a newt in and you're way better, or a Marius or whatever. Yeah, you'll be in a much better spot. You can, like I said, I think with a newt you could one-shot the boss, and you could do this in like whatever. You could do it in 5 turns, I guess. Yeah, just hex, burn, explode, explode. Doesn't matter the order of the explosions. Explode, explode, and then a newt, nuke, soul reap proc, and you're done. But yeah, very consistent. You don't really need the cold heart either. Like you could throw in a royal guard or whatever. You know, it doesn't matter. You could put in anything you want, and you're good. Again, you don't even necessarily need the Mithrala cold heart. You could do something different. You just want to kill the spiderlings before the boss eats them if he's gonna survive, and just wait for the burns to come back. You could put in a reset champion. You can do whatever you want. But that's Spider. So yeah, guy's great for Spider. Ice Golem. Let's go to Ice Golem. So again, with Ice Golem, you can't do stage 25 normal, at least easily, but we can do stage 24. I think for Ice Golem, I have 2 different setups. So wait, this is Ice Golem. Yeah, we've got 2 different setups here. So we want to use one for normal, one for hard, and I'll explain the reasons why. Let's go to Ice Golem. So again, here, it's pretty simple. It's the same budget team. Any burner, it does matter for hard, but any burner on this stage is totally fine. Venom Mage, or, well, again, Venom Mage is perfect, but any other poisoner, like Tomb Lord would be way better, for instance, or what, like some of the legendaries or whatever. And we're going to come in and just sort of slam stuff down, and it's really that simple. Now, this first wave actually went smoother than you would think. The 2 enemies at the front, they can actually cleanse and give themselves block debuffs, which is going to slow you down. So the stun set on Stokk actually went very well there, and it got us through wave 1 very easily. Now, what I actually found is that Stokk does so much damage, because he puts out so much poisons and explodes them, that so long as you've got the burn and then another 2-turn poisoner, like you could use, again, what's his face? You could use Ogryn if you wanted, or anyone. You'll be fine. You'll just kill them off. You know? You will just kill them. So you'll get them low enough with Stokk and you're good. Here again, we get to the boss, same thing. Burn them, throw out the poisons. You know, like I said, I'm very curious to see what other content creators will come out with. I'm sure that they will come out with, you know, really creative teams. That or maybe we'll be able to do this way faster and stuff like it. What I wanted to do is just come in super budget, super simple, make it easy. And yeah, simple as that. So for this normal ice golem, poisons are really strong, and poison damage will actually, as you can see in the background, will actually bypass the boss's retaliation passives and all of that. So that's great. Oh, we're slightly out of tune. No, that's Masteries throwing him slightly out of tune. It doesn't matter too much. But yeah, we'll get to the boss. Here he goes. We're blowing stuff up. But yeah, plain and simple. Poisons work great here. We do have to tweak the team a bit because the boss can't be poisoned on hard, which makes it obviously a bit harder. One thing I tried to do as well was to not use Artak for Ice Golem hard. But there we go. So, like, not super fast, right? 2 minutes, but it's absolutely ridiculously easy. Now, Ice Golem hard is a lot harder. I actually did a run and it failed. We're going to try again. Let's see if it works. This one is a lot tougher. This is where the stats really becomes impactful. And unfortunately, having awakenings becomes impactful. So I think if you are looking to do this dungeon, what you really want is this is where I think getting the 5-star soul from Stokk, we know it's almost definitely going to be coming. Getting that, I think, actually becomes really impactful just because of, well, number one, having the same for Dragon. It would help a lot with Dragon for doing solo or duos, because the more stars you have, just the less damage you take from the boss, right? These hard mode dungeons have that passive. It's really tough to stay alive, as we are right here, with Stokk with no blessing. I wanted to keep it accessible. We're going to see if we can do it. But it's tough, right? Without ascending all your gear and ascending your champion, it's tough. And then, of course, because for this Ice Golem hard run, there's actually something I need to mention about Wave 1. I'll come back to it so I don't forget. We might see it here as well with Sir Nicholas. Well, it doesn't actually matter if Venom Mage dies, it's actually great. That actually makes the run faster, so we don't mind that at all. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, for this, you really do need high speed. You need high resistance because you get heal reduction and decreased defense from the minions on the Ice Golem boss. Okay, perfect showcase here. You need so many stats. Again, the blessing helps with that a massive amount. So this wave is quite annoying, right? Because the Sir Nicholas, and the same with the first wave, the Sir Nicholas puts up unkillable. You can't kill the enemies. But wait, Stokk's passive, you can kill the enemies. Poisons and HP burns go through the enemies, which is absolutely massive. It's so handy. Same thing with wave 1, Broadmaw. He can actually similarly, he can revive people at block damage, and again, Stokk can kill them through block damage, which is great. So yeah, look, as we can see here, what I had to do, I had to make Stokk and Dreng save their their AoEs, right, for the start of wave 3 as well, which slowed down at wave 2 a little bit. But I think it just needs to happen to try keep Stokk alive. Hopefully he might actually die here. I think he's going to die. Yeah. Again, that is a stat thing. So I don't think it can quite happen. Now, again, here, in theory, Walking Tomb Drang can actually solo this boss. But again, you need a massive amount of stats. Can you do it with, in this case, I've got a 1-star Walking Tomb Drang with emergency heal. Can you do it? Yes, you probably can. But again, you need a massive level of gear. And also, you know, your blessings and stuff. And here we got okay, well, that's just going to kill us, the 3%. That's unfortunate. I tell you what we'll do, just for the sake of seeing it, and also to see him in some arena, because I haven't done that. Let's awaken Stokk, and this should massively help. It should make a ridiculous difference. And let's actually take him. We can actually now improve his build a lot as well. Let's see what difference the blessing will make. You know, for the sake of fun, I'm going to give him lethal dose, because we're going to try him in arena as well. So let's give him lethal dose. Now he's got way more stats. So now he's got much more defense. And again, the damage reduction from the boss. He's now way overkill on this. So I think I've got a resistance. Got accuracy banner. So we could switch this, for instance, to HP %. Let's see that. Can we do that? Do I have one available? Stun set, HP %. Only have the one. That actually makes him slightly faster. Is that a problem? Don't think so. He becomes slightly low on resistance, but I think it's okay. Yeah, let's swap him around. So long as he's not faster than Drang. Let's see. He might be faster than Drang. Oh, yeah, he is faster than Drang. That's not ideal. Can we ditch the accuracy banner? Give him like a defensive banner as well? Maybe. That's a resist banner. HP banner. That would work. Roll it up. We can glyph the speeds then. Yo, this should work totally fine. Sure, slap these on. And let's just give him some speed glyphs. We can have him a decent chunk faster. 5, I think, is fine. What was Drang? 260? Yeah, we could. Don't give him a 5-star glyph. He might go too, or a 6-star. He might go too fast. Oh, 5. I think that's perfect. Wow, I didn't quite expect the max roll. 258. Yeah, perfect. Great. So his resistance a bit low, but I think we might have some area bonuses for Ice Golem that will help with that a tiny bit. Hopefully it's enough. Guess we'll find out. Throw these on. Great. Cool. Could I glyph resistance really fast? That's low on anything. I've probably glyphed it all decently. Yeah, that's even maxed out. Oh, there's a couple that are maxed out. Okay, so we'll glyph his accuracy because he does need a bit more. And there we go. Oh, max. Cool. Maybe we'll ascend it with resistance. Nah, attack. Whatever. Okay, let's give it another shot. Let's see. I'm just curious. I believe this should make a massive difference. Let's find out. Let's find out. Here we go. Do it again. Ice Golem hard. But yeah, I found this was tough. I think, again, if you've got Artak, I should mention, Artak is going to be super easy. Drang is really nice because he also heals you. But Artak is going to be better as well because Artak can do the decrease attack. But I wanted to see if we can make this work for people without Artak as well. So we'll see. Venomage dying is going to slow it down. Actually, slow it down a lot. Yeah, that's going to slow it down a lot. Womp womp. Let's go again. Womp womp womp. Yeah, okay. So you want more defensive stats on her. What you could do as well, you could always throw in Archmage Helmet or something. Like someone to stun the waves, if the waves are a problem. There's a lot you can do. I'm trying to do a budget. I didn't actually realize that Venomage could die. She's being crit by the Sir Nyx. They actually hit pretty hard. That's fair enough. Okay. Let's see. Will this be enough? Increase crit rate. Yeah, she definitely is getting slammed around a lot. That's for sure. Here we go. I guess we could throw Mithrala in too, but I don't really want to. I'm curious. I definitely think people will come up with some cool strategies. Again, here the Unkillable is potentially dangerous, but hey, look, boom. Stokk passive, just kill him through the Unkillable. Brilliant. That's something, if you were running like a Theodore instead, number one, you'd lose out on the healing, and number two, you would, again, you couldn't kill them through Unkillable or block damage. You just have to wait it out, which is kind of nice. So hey, I'm very curious how this is going to go. Again, it actually could be a bit annoying if she dies on the waves because I turned off, which I probably shouldn't have. I did turn off the Stokk and Drang poisons and burns. Yeah, we do want Venomage to keep the poisons going because we turned off their moves otherwise. But yeah, let's give it a little bit of a shot. Cool, fun. And then he should die. One more hit. And good, we're to the boss. Cool. Okay, burns. And here, we don't mind if Venomage dies. I'm just curious to see how much more survivable are we. Okay, well, it feels like a lot so far. I mean, let's see how it goes. How much difference does a blessing make? You know what? Actually, regen set would probably be very helpful as well. We are still getting beat up a fair chunk. We might need more speed. I don't know. Let's find out. He just needs to get his heal off here before the boss max. It seems pretty safe. Maybe a few crits could leave you in a bad spot. But, I mean, he's almost fully healed. You might want to run regen set to be safe for this one. Even with the blessing, honestly. Let's see. Okay, again, we've got the heals out. Burns. He's going down. Oh, we did trigger the Frozen Reckoning, which kills off Venomage. Actually, not a bad thing. That's actually totally fine. And then we do need to get a heal before the boss comes back to his A2. Gonna be actually a little bit close. Yeah, we've got the heals. I think we should be fine then. Emergency heal on Drang helping. And yeah, we're back to full health. There we go. So he slams us. Yeah, pretty much stress-free. I'm a little bit worried about Drang. Again, I think with Drang with a bit of a better blessing, that would make it even safer again. You could obviously run emergency heal on Stokk and give him a blood shield if you wanted. But this, to me, feels fairly safe. In fact, we probably actually sped up the run a bit. So yeah, I think this will work, but it is gear intensive. It's not easy to make it work. At least to make it, well, I guess what I should say, it's very easy to make this work. We're doing it with like 3 champs, right? You can make this work with other champions, but it's going to slow it down a lot. But you can absolutely do like a 3-minute run like this. It's not too bad. It's not as fast as my normal run though. So it is a viable strategy for Ice Golem. Like if you don't have a Seer, he's actually very good for the waves. He's helping your Drang stay alive or your Artak. It's not bad. He's blowing up the burns. He's healing them. It's okay. It's an interesting strategy. I think this is probably his weakest spot. Like he's much better at the other dungeons. Anyway, there you go. That's Ice Golem 10. He can do it, but it's not easy by any means. And then what I think would just be a little bit fun is I do want to just slam through. We've got the Ogryn Smash team. This is fun, right? Because, hey, guess what? Stokk places poisons, works really well with burns, and yeah, he's making, you do 10% more damage to enemies with destroyed HP and all of that. Let's see how he does just the full Ogryn team with Vizug, right? Vizug is making us do more damage against poisoned and burned enemies, and he extends our buff. So this is just quite fun to see. Yeah, I think this is quite fun. So here we go. Let's see how it goes. We're going to extend those buffs. Stock's going to blow them up. Kaboom! I love it. And we're just sort of going to slam through. Skrank can potentially kill everything. Yeah, kind of a fun thing. We can explode the poisons and burns with Vizug's A1 as well. I just thought it was sort of interesting to see how the sort of all Ogryn team works. Maybe we even save Skrank's... maybe we save one of Skrank's moves for... Oh, this would be perfect. We apply all the debuffs. And then let's see what Skrank's going to do. He doesn't have increased attack, but he'll still slam. He did decent damage. Not actually too crazy. Extend the debuffs. Pop. I mean, Skrank's doing decent damage, but I tell you, like, Stokk is sort of ripping through as well. It's just kind of a fun team. Lots of healing. Lots of poisons and burns. They can't cleanse this off either. It's kind of a fun team, the whole Ogryn thing. Let's see how it does against the dragon. Oh, no, he resisted the block buffs. That's a bit annoying. So he's actually going to hit kind of hard. Can he kill us is the question. I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, he did. He killed Skrank. I don't believe it. He killed Skrank. That's just cruel. We're still going to rip through anyway. That's sad. Skrank be one of the main source of damage. Vizug popping stuff with his A1. It's really fun. The boss taking turns, popping stuff. There's some burns. Got more poisons. Stock's trying to apply more, but the boss's bar is full anyway. We've got many continuous heals. And boom, cool. Sort of ripping through. It's quite fun. So I actually do think, again, like I wasn't trying to maximally optimize the team or whatnot, but it's kind of a fun little one. Stokk, it works really well in the faction crypt as well. I threw them in. I didn't even put a preset, right? Let's just see him blitz through without a preset. Stokk is really strong with Vizug. I said I wouldn't spend ages on this combo because, well, they've actually just killed the whole... I don't even know what happened there. I guess Skrank just one-shot the first wave. That's a bit weird. Okay. I think there's something happening with Vizug passive or some... I don't know. He's just murdering everything, but there we go. Like, this sort of feels like, did we actually fight stage 21? I don't know, but I think so. But yeah, they just sort of rip through stuff. It's kind of cool. We'll try them in arena as well. I do want to try them in arena, but that's sort of the dungeon section. But they're ripping through this. I did up like a little thing. So I think these stats, I think for hard mode dragon and ice golem, I think you probably want like 80k HP, 4k defense, 250 speed, 345 accuracy, 435. It's very difficult, like I said. Blessings make all the difference, as you've seen. For Spider, Hex, only really need it for hard mode. Burn, 2 exploders, and then max HP nuke, and job done. For normal, you could put in a reset champ instead, or whatever, really. For Ice Golem, Burn, Stokk, another Poisoner. I think a Protector champion, someone like an Elva, right, would make it, again, very easy, but I'm trying to keep it budget-ish here, like use as few champs as possible. But Ice Golem, they rip through. Again, you could have Silver the Drakes that stuns and can revive if somebody dies and whatever. They just need high resistance and accuracy, and they need to be tanky enough to live and all that. For Dragon, again, same sort of thing. You want a Burn, Stokk, another Poisoner. Then, like I said, we use the Mithrala, optional Protector. Now that Stokk is 5-star, we probably don't even need the Mithrala, to be honest. I wonder if he could just smash through. But yeah, let's try him in some arena. Let me throw together some teams and we'll come back. All right, it's actually going to be kind of tricky. It's going to be hard to do an Ogryn only team. It's not going to be easy to fit him into arena. And I feel like we kind of want to incinerate or something here, but let's try it. This is not going to be good. I really don't think this is going to be, like, here we're just going to be out. Let's refresh. We're just going to be outsped and killed, I think. Yeah, I don't know. What do I need these Ogryn? What's he do? He makes them, you can't remove the burn and poison. I think we just have to deal with that, and he heals. Okay, I think we need to let the burn and poison go through. What could we do instead? And let's take out the, yeah, I think we can't. This is too crazy. You know what we could do? We could try just go for like speed. So we could put in a Sifi as well. Let's put in the Vizug. Because they're a fun combo, right? Let's throw in the Vizug. I don't have many hopes for this, I'll be honest. But I mean, let's just set up like so, I guess. Vizug can place the burns. Hopefully we've got enough accuracy on them. Stock's a bit low on accuracy for this. I mean, let's try it. These could be total disasters. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a shot. Just for fun, right? We will have to wait out the stone skin, which is a little bit tragic, but it's okay. They sucked all my turn meter out. That's not fair. That is absolutely cheating. Will not stand for it. Polymorph her. She resisted. Okay. Okay, interesting. You can sleep him. Haha, we resisted. You know, I'm just gonna go for it. Let's burn them. She resisted the burn, which is tragic. Don't kill us. Okay, they didn't kill us. That's good. Well, they killed him, and that's fine. All right, Stokk. We will revive. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? Oh no, Stokk got locked out. What if we blow up some of these? How much damage is it actually going to do? Decent. Oh, he's stunned. Oh, I forgot. He's still in the stun set. I forgot that was a thing. We can come in. We can do the despoiler of Anhalt. I think we're just going to get wrecked. I'm not feeling it. This is, I don't know. This feels like we're trying to work hard for not a lot. I tell you where he would be good. So I think you're going to need specific jams. You know, I'm not going to waste time memeing in arena. We'll do one more fight for fun. But I'm not going to waste too much time. I do think he becomes legitimately very strong with Gizmak, right? Gizmak burns everyone at the start of the turn. That's very strong. He's also very strong with, let's say, like Sulfurion, who can burn everyone and activate it. So you can rip off Stone Skin with burns. Why would you put Stokk in that team? Well, it's just for one very niche reason, and it's the passive, where burns and poisons ignore block damage and unkillable. Why is that good? That is good specifically against Marishka, because Marishka does come in with her passive, puts block damage whenever bombs, poisons, or burns are put on your team. So what you can do is by putting Stokk in your team, you can then use burns to destroy stone skins on Marishka and potentially like speed farm arena a bit faster. But I think you need sort of specific teams. I mean, we could try it against Smiley, but let's be honest, I don't think with our meme team we're going to take down a bunch of empowered 6-star champs. That's maybe a waste of time. Scratch, probably all the 6-star champs, probably a waste of time as well. This looks more reasonable. This looks more fair. Let's give this a go. Will it work? Will it be absolutely abysmal? Let's find out together. We might not have enough accuracy on them, but I think Stokk ignores some of their resistance with his blessing. I mean, let's find out. We missed it with the True Fear, which is slightly sad. Not the end of the world. Let's do this. I don't really care about Ultimate Death Knight. So let's just bide our time for a turn. We've locked them down. Hopefully we've got enough. We do. So look at this. We've got block damage on everybody. Oh, he missed his turn because of the fear. Sifi's 50-50 failing twice in a row. You hate to see. Well, I mean, let's just keep going here. Let's just keep going. So they're still taking damage, which is nice. You know what? I am actually going to hit them with a spoiler of Anhalt. We're going to extend those debuffs. Stokk, he's going to come in, land even more. I wonder if we had Incinerate. I mean, you could throw in some bombs and stuff as well. It could be quite fun. Yeah, okay, let's land all of that. It looks like Ultimate Death Knight's going to be a problem. We don't have enough accuracy. But hey, I mean, this is kind of fun if this works, right? And oh my god, the Vizug A1 activated the burns. Okay, let's see Stokk. He's gonna activate all the poisons and stuff. Block damage, eat your heart out. Am I right? Oh my god, that's actually really funny. And he's dead. You know, I think that shows the combo. Weak hit, boo. Now we've got to wait 10 years to kill Ultimate Death Knight. We'll get there eventually, I suppose. But hey, you get the idea. We just wiped out that team. That's actually pretty fun. We don't seem to have enough accuracy to do this. Yeah, we didn't build enough accuracy, but it gives you the concept of what you could do with like high accuracy and the right champs and whatnot. You could actually potentially do some really cool stuff. The Ultimate Death Knight slowing us down, but the rest of them didn't. So there you go. Stokk actually has some stuff going on. Who knew? Let me know what you think, though, guys. That was our look at Stokk the Fusion. Like I said, we had a bunch of different like teams. We tried a bunch of stuff. Let me know what you think. Can we even kill this guy? I think we can kill him eventually. Increased accuracy or something could be really good here, too. You know, like a Lady Kimmy for speed boosts. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff you could maybe do. We just cannot weak hit, escape. It's gonna take forever. Listen, you know what? Let's not even bother. But I tell you what, he just destroyed them. Like frickin' Taras Marishka Sifi, and he just wiped them out. That's insane. We didn't even have Incinerate. I think with the right champs, that clearly shows you Stokk gives you a way to deal very directly with Marishka, which is honestly kind of nuts. Did she even revive people with her passive? I didn't even notice. I guess she died first. That's why. But yeah, there you go. Stokk, is he a good fusion? Yes, I think this guy's a great fusion. He's got a lot of potential. Now, you might say, Nub, I have every champion in the game. I don't need this guy, and you're probably right. That's totally fine. I do think, though, if you are that big of a whale or a kraken, I honestly do think that ignoring block damage and killable is enough of a thing in Arena that this is worth it. Like, if you ever pull a Gizmak or a Sulfurion, there are some very cool teams that you could run with Stokk for Arena. So I think he's still worth going for because the passive is super cool. And yeah, then just like placing poisons and exploding. You might have your dungeon team sorted already. You don't need him for that. But if you're an earlier player, yeah, I think late game player wants him for the unique passive, just in case. Or if you ever pull Vizug, they're so insane together. It's worth getting, just in case you pull Vizug or Gizmak. I'd go for him just for that, honestly. And then if you're an early player and you're like, nope, I'm nowhere close to getting Faction Unity or Mythicals, guess what? Like if you're missing a Seer, if you don't have like Artak, whatever, you're missing that sort of stuff, he does open up like HP Burn Explosion teams for Spider. He opens up Poison Explosion runs for some of the dungeons. I'm curious what the other CCs will do. I'm sure they'll come up with better teams, let's be real. But yeah, I think this guy is absolutely worth going for. And I also think it's absolutely worth going for his 5-star soul as well. That's what I am doing. I've got Vizug, so that obviously biases me. But I am absolutely going for Stokk, 100%. I'm getting him, and I'm going to get the soul as well. You know, I skipped the last fusion, and I'm well prepared for this one. I think it's worth it, is my initial take. Let me know what you think, having watched this. If you have any suggestions to improve the teams, I guess I can show you the presets really fast. We did a few stuff but yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what presets did we use. It would mostly be sort of like this, turn off the thing and then just let him go. I think I turned this off for Dragon to build up the poisons. We had Drang like this, Venom Mage like this. So that was like whatever. That's Dragon hard 10. For Dragon 25, sort of the standard team was very simple. Was like this because we didn't have Venom Mage. So like that. For Spider 10 presets were like this. I guess there's only one round, so Stokk, Drang, Artak, Grala, Coldheart. That was Spider. For Ice Golem 24, Stokk, Venom Mage, Drang. For the Ogryn Smash team, like this and this. And we didn't run a preset on them for Faction Crypt, so I wasn't bothered. And Ogryn, finally. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.